Yeah, welcome to my channel. I haven't done this in a while, like reviewing shows or movies for that matter, but more so shows, specifically shows that have been streaming. Normally, more often than not, it's because the fact is I'm watching some other stuff, and then at that point, by the time these shows or episodes have released, I'm like a week or 2 weeks later. But in this case, I just finished the final fourth season of Uploads on Amazon Prime. If you haven't watched it, um, I gotta say I was highly disappointed considering the shortened and condensed series finale season. It made no sense in certain cases. I see what they tried to do a little bit, and I would say based on their, I would assume it was because of the fact that Amazon and Amazon slash MGM essentially kind of minimized the amount of episodes that they could air, film. But it felt like there should have been at least another 2 to 3 more episodes to go to give that finality and full closure per se. I mean, it was good, but to a point of like, yeah, he was getting uploaded 150 times, and yeah, his brain synapses were like not in place. I mean, come on. I mean, honestly, that felt. I mean, sorry for spoiler alerts, but anyways, if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. If you have, you have. Anyways, I will say this: I was a fan of the season, first season. I'll say that I was a fan of the first season, second and third season. So it's kind. I could see it was kind of waning a little bit, and definitely waned from what it was with the original first season. And so the fourth season, I could see why they made it a condensed version. If they were going to do that, they might as well have made it to a 2 hour long movie because it probably made more sense more than anything else. And the fact is like you could tell they were kind of certain aspects of bringing in certain plot lines of the Matrix. I mean, two AIs, one good, one bad, fighting each other for the control of virtual reality. I mean, like, come on, that's the Matrix, like, Matrix Revolutions and Revolutions. But in any case, the trilogy series. But anyways, I mean, you could tell it was borrowing bits and pieces of plot lines from different movies, the sci-fi movies and whatnot. So, but I'll say this: I was massively disappointed that I felt that this could have been expanded upon even more. It had a great premise. Let put it that way. First season had a great premise. Great. It was a great first season. I think they could have built upon it a little bit more. And the fact is sentience AI. I mean, that would have been an aspect that they would have put into place for the first 2 seasons or the second and third season for that matter. But the fact that they were doing it in the fourth season, I'm like, it just felt so forced. Everything felt forced, put it that way. And it was a case where like they were just trying to resolve any plot holes or in the other 3 seasons and whatnot. But honestly, like I said, I wasn't a fan of this last season, specifically the last episode. They condensed a lot to try to close it off, to give us some closure, and like kind of left it open ended a little bit. So, again, if you don't want to hear this, if you haven't seen this, or haven't seen it and you don't want to hear this, it's spoilers. But of course, Nathan Brown or Nathan Anthony was definitely in the ring at that point. I mean, like the fact is, like when you go from a backup and go from there. I mean, so that was from that perspective. That fact that his memories are stored in the ring at that point. I mean, it could definitely open up a lot of possibilities. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. The possibilities of two Nathan Browns, like you got the virtual, like the backup and the basically a clone. Pretty much that's what it was. It was a clone practically in that aspect. It was like who was the actual one? You're one that has all these other new memories and the one that has older memories, and like they just diverged. I mean, that was an interesting concept that they could have played on even more so. Like from last season, they could have played more so into this season at that point. Like, all right, the evolution of what he did and went this way, and now he suddenly goes this way. It eventually was going to go back to this way. I mean, honestly, if this is the same person, he's probably going to go back to this way at that point as well, too. Basically going towards Nora or away from Ingrid more than anything else. And I don't know. It felt, like I said, it felt forced. I will say this: I forgot the actor's name, main actor's name in Upload. He's cousins with the dude that plays Arrow in the Arrowverse. It'd be good to see them in a TV show together. Honestly, I think the guy I forgot. I honestly don't forgot his name, but I think he could have been in Suits L.A. He probably could have done really well in that aspect because like Suits L.A. was not bad. It didn't have the je ne sais quoi as Suits itself, but it was. I felt like it was getting there. Some of the characters that were on there were forced as well too, but that's a different video altogether. But in any case, I will say this: Amazon Prime feels like they're forcing a lot of things now. They used to have really good content, but now it's like they're forcing a lot of this stuff on it. It's almost like they're following the Netflix playbook of like, just throw it on the wall and see what sticks at that point. I mean, Apple is becoming the new HBO, basically, where any show that they come with, it's quality versus quantity. Similar to what HBO is doing as well too. Showtime is doing a lot of quality as well too. Amazon Prime and now owning MGM, you would figure they'd probably try to create more quality content, but only time will tell. I mean, I think it's more so. I mean, let's be honest. Amazon more so AWS is the big moneymaker. Like, and you're gonna say Amazon's the moneymaker. It is now. Now it's AWS. That's their big moneymaker. They could leverage upon that, and the fact that they're gonna like have, if they bought out Perplexity, it'd be pretty impressive. But I have a feeling Apple's gonna buy them up. But anyway, that's again another video. But from the perspective, Apple, I think should focus more on the quality of shows. I mean, the Wheel of Time, they didn't really live up to the books apparently, and like I didn't watch the final season. I will be watching it, and I'll let you know my thoughts. But I would say this: the second season Wheel of Time, I was not a fan of. Let's see what happens with the third season. Anyways, and then of course the Ring of Powers. Hopefully they do really well with that, but only time will tell at that point. The Boys, that was really good. I'm hoping they don't screw the pooch on this one, as well as Gen V. Let's see what Gen V does. I mean, if they can build off of that, and as well as Invincible off the the adult comics. Let's see how that goes. But from that, I'll say this: like I said, Amazon Prime and MGM. Hopefully, they do more really quality content, but and it's not forced like what they did with Upload. I mean, I saw that. The fact of the matter is, I think that the quality was dying down a little bit, and it made sense for them to like cancel it off. Will another streaming platform pick it up? It's hard to say. But anyways, I'll leave it at that. You're welcome to leave a comment in the comment section. I do read them all. I do respond to them, especially if you have a question about Upload. I'm not a actual, I don't want to say hardcore fan, but I'm a fan of it anyways. But in any case, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.